Chapter 1. Before the beginning there was absolutely nothing. And in the beginning God put himself into existence from the absolutely nothing. Then God saith, How the hell didst that happen? And where didst all this water cometh from? As I mightest catcheth a chill. I don't believe I could be responsible for all this. And thus it was that God, who also had a crisis of confidence, did not believe in himself and became the first atheist. Chapter 2. As time moveth on, God thinketh to himself, Here I am, with the ability to speaketh, but I cannot go on for all eternity, talking to myself, for fear that I goest doulalieth. And so it was that God decided to maketh a complex biological being from bone, dry dust. I kiddeth ye not. And God spaketh out to this being, Where the hell art thou? I cannot seest thee. It was then that God had a light bulb moment, and created light, and saw that it was good. And sayest, There as thou art, thine little bugger. Then God decided that it was a good idea to invent names, so he nameth his creation Yek-Kenham. Chapter 3. And so it was that God soon realized that Yek-Kenham could not spend eternity floating aimlessly around in space. Thus the Lord created the earth and parted the mountains from the mountains, revealing a gert big desert. God then placeth Yek-Kenham onto the sands, but Yek-Kenham saith unto the Lord, Oi, leave it out, that's bloody hot. So it came to pass that God put his thinking cap on, and thoughteth unto himself, I can killeth two birds with one stone. I can createth a place for Yek-Kenham, and also at last find a place for those trees I boughteth from the garden centre. And also I can findeth a use for some of that water that had appeareth out of nowhere. Chapter 4. Thus it was that God created an oasis in the middle of the desert, with water and the trees he wanted to offloadeth. He placeth Yek-Kenham in the oasis, and Yek-Kenham was well chuffed. But the Lord spaketh unto Yek-Kenham, Whatever thou dost, thou must not eatest of the vegetables of the tree of Liam, nor the tree of ignorance. Yek-Kenham saith unto the Lord, This is so great, I dost not believe you, man. Thus Yek-Kenham became an atheist. And God spaketh up, It's about time I gavest thou some lifestyle counselling. So I have written an instruction manual with 5 instructions on this tablet. And on this tablet was written the word Viagra. Chapter 5. And the Lord God read the commandments, one by one, to Yek-Kenham. 1. Thou shalt not disbelieve in any other God, more than thou dost not believe in me. 2. Thou shalt not kill. 3. Thou shalt not lie. 4. Thou shalt not steal. All the rest you can do, i.e. slavery, rape, and pedophilia, because they are not as serious as the others. Chapter 6. And it came to pass that Yek-Kenham adhered to these rules, mainly because he was the only one. But he became bored with his diet from the eating of the cabbage trees. While he was pondering his lot, he was approached by a talking beetle called Ringo. Ringo was also legless, as he had been on vino for a week. And Ringo saith unto Yek-Kenham, Why dost thou not eatest those 2 trees over there, as they have different vegetables to those thou eatest for so long? Yek-Kenham saith unto Ringo, But my Lord hath commanded me not to partake of either of these 2 trees. Then Ringo speaketh unto Yek-Kenham, But thou dost not believe in your Lord thine God, as you are an atheist. Yek-Kenham saith unto Ringo, Thou hast a point there, me old mucker. Chapter 7. Thus Yek-Kenham proceeded to eat from the 2 trees, and thoughtest unto himself, If this turns out good, and pubs are invented, I will build a pub, and namest it the 2 trees. Meanwhile, Ringo had sloped off because he knewest that pretty soon the shit would hitteth the fan. Yeckenham first tasteth the vegetable from the tree of Liam. He found the taste most foul, but not as foul as his language had now become. The air becometh blue, as did his fig leaf. He shouted to Ringo, "That tastes good, thanks me old sunshine," but Ringo had gone. He then proceedeth unto the tree of ignorance, and tasted the vegetable, and found that it was good. As soon as he had digested from said tree, all his knowledge of the natural world departeth from him, and from thence he understood absolutely nothing. Thus it was that because he understood nothing any longer, he attributed everything to God and became a theist. Chapter 8. Meanwhile, God had been busy magicking up a companion for Yeckenham from the filling that he had stolen. Yes, stolen from Yeckenham while he was asleep. This companion looked a bit like Yeckenham, but had some different bits, and sported pink fig leaves, as opposed to Yeckenham's single blue fig leaf. And the Lord God nameth this companion Palindrome, who was a bit backward, even if you read her name forwards. Not realizing that Yeckenham had partaketh of the forbidden trees, he placed Palindrome into the oasis. Yeckenham was confused as to who this was, and proceeded to the tablet that God had given him. He read the instructions, ate the tablet, and then proceeded to do all the things in instruction 5. Thus he raped Palindrome continually, who by the way was only 1 day old, and made her a slave unto the kitchen. And thus it was that between them they had many offspring, and from thence there was much bitching and fighting for all time. And the Lord saith unto himself, Oops! Chapter 9. Epilogue. And so it came to pass, over billions of years' worth of generations, the name of Yeckenham acquired a mutation, and became Beckenham, who thence became known as King David, who ruleth over the Socarites. And they all lived miserably ever after. The end.